I recently made a video about my monk Tavern Brawler build where I was like punching dudes and blowing up bodies and throwing bodies at other bodies. So naturally, people saw it and they were like, "Can you please go into detail about this build? I so want to use it." I don't know if she's British, but she is now. So here it is. I'll go over the details. So of course it's the monk class we're using, and we're going with the Way of the Open Hand subclass. We'll be getting our damage from strength, but dexterity is still super important for initiative and defense. At level 4, you'll pick your first feat, and of course you want to pick Tavern Brawler, and honestly before that you'll probably want to go with the staff because you're going to feel pretty weak if you're just using your fists before that. But I know what you're thinking, wait a second, hold on, you've talked this long without going over the stats. Well, why is that? That's because the stats didn't matter until right now. Before you get Tavern Brawler, a strength build for a monk is not going to be very useful for you. You might just want to go with a dex build and then respec after you get the Tavern Brawler feat. But that's only half of it. My build is totally gear dependent, so let's get into that. Alright, now we go over stats and feats, and before I get into those totally baller stats you're looking at right now, I gotta say, mobility for the second feat is a must-have. There's just no option otherwise. The monk gets a ton of movement speed, but in order to make full use of it, you've got to have the mobility feat so you can smack people and run past them. It's just... really? It's just amazing, and it feels great just doing hit and run attacks all the time. Okay, gear. Yeah, I promised gear. Here it is. And just keep in mind, this is by no means an optimized build. It's just what I was using during that video, so here it is. So for headwear, we got the Scrabby Pugilist Circlet. Just a couple extra damage, not a big deal. You know, pick whatever you want. This next one, Cloak of Protection. Oh man, I had to fight my friends for that one. So everybody wanted it, but yeah, that's what I got. This one's super important. This one's part of the build right here. The Mighty Cloth. So I respec to 17 strength, got 18 from Tavern Brawler, and then I got 20 from that cloak right there. Awesome stuff. Gloves of Dexterity. These give me 18 dexterity. So I dropped my dex to 8. I cannot take these things off, but you know what? That let me put the 14 into Con and 16 in Wiz, so that was worth it for me. The Boots of Uninhibited Kushigo, or Kushigo if you prefer, add the Wisdom modifier to my unarmed attacks. This Corvid token is so much fun for moving around the world. With your super high strength, you just jump around the world like a superhero and you don't take any damage. It's freaking awesome. During battle though, you want to go with this Periaptive Wound Closure. You're not tanky at all, and though you're probably not going to get hit very much due to being mobile, when you do heal yourself, you really want to make it count. And I know you recognize this one, it's the Ring of Flinging from the very first vendor in the game. I'm sure there are much better rings I could use, but hey, I throw things, so why not? And of course the Ring of Regeneration is good for anybody, but my party members agreed that since my DPS is so high, keeping me in the fight was really important. Last but not least is the Darkfire Short Bow. This thing lets me cast haste on myself once a day, and it's one of the big reasons why I got so many attacks in on that video. So to recap, the base stats were 17 strength, 8 dex, 14 con, 8 int, 16 wisdom, and 10 charisma. And we cannot take off the Mighty Cloth or the Gloves of Dexterity. And also remember, you've got a ton of inventory weight capacity due to the Mighty Cloth, so keep things you can throw, like a fire wine barrel or smoke powder barrel for explosive effect, or a clown torso for comedic effect. And yeah, I used the Elixir of Cloud Giant Strength in the video for 27 strength, and some people swear by it like, dude, just dump your strength to 8 and use the Elixir, but I don't like doing that because now you're limiting yourself. Maybe sometimes you want to be a big old boy and get that Colossus Elixir, or, you know, Bloodlust or something, so it's nice to keep your options open. But that's all I can think of. If you had fun or learned something, drop a like, and if you think I missed something, let me know in the comments. Alright, thanks a lot, see ya.
All the